ready for the Thriller Bark arc. It's time to open this next box set. Hello and welcome back, guys. Who is ready for the next arc? So for my One Piece arcs, I actually have I have two box sets with everything in them. And the last volume that I have is actually volume 46, which is the second box set, and this here, which I had over a year ago. Can you believe it? I had this over a year ago. So I really want the fourth box set, but whether I'll get that for Christmas is another question. But Thriller Bark arc, according to what I'm reading, is volumes 46 to volume 50. So let's get that out. That looks... I still have all these to read. I still have all those to read yet. That's crazy. So yes, so this next arc, I have all these to read. But the aim of today is to get volume 46 finished. I don't know where it ends in volume 50, so I'm going to go ahead and get another bookmark and just put it there. But I'm going to go ahead and start. Okay, so I'm about halfway through the volume and we've met, obviously, the Brook, the skeleton on the cover, and it turns out he ate a devil fruit that meant he could be revived. God tier power fruit. Just saying. And he's been stuck on the ship for quite a long time, he says, and he has a meal with them, and then it turns out that there's actually an island. It's like a floating island, and then everyone's stuck there. We also got to look at like the new powers of this, like the new functions of the Sunny, but like there's like a three-headed dog like Cerberus. I love kind of like paranormal stuff, so the fact that this like arc is in One Piece just means fun. Also, look at my bookmark, like if that just proves to you, I absolutely adore paranormal stuff. It's like one of my favorite things. Like I write like gothic stuff all the time. But yeah, so I think I am really going to enjoy this arc, but it looks like they're being taken to a place. Well, as I was saying before, my camera decided to graciously die, so I had to put a new battery in. Yeah, I really love paranormal stuff, so I just feel like this is going to be a fun arc. So I am going to go ahead and finish this volume, and I will see you when I finished it. So I have finished it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we've got another warlord. His name is Gecko Murio, and turns out Thriller Bark is a gigantic ship, like it's the world's largest pirate ship, and they've met Dr. whatever his name was. They've met Dr. Hogback, who Chopper wanted to see, and he seems alright at first, and then they notice that there's something wrong. And a lot of like the people on the island, you can tell like they've got like these stitches all over them. So the people that have they're people that have passed away, and then there's people that have had their souls stolen, and we've got introduced to quite like a person called Perona and a few others. There's like a lion guy, to basically the army. So Luffy's gang are going in to rescue Nami, Usopp and Chopper, because obviously they got taken. So it looks like things are gonna go down, but yeah, like there's a lot of revelation happening in this. And obviously Brook got mentioned, and I'm wondering how Brook ties into all of this, so I'm interested to see. But yes, I will probably be reading volume 47 tomorrow, or on Saturday, so I will see you then. Hello, so it's been quite a time jump since I read volume 47. Life is just manic for me at the moment. It's just, I'm trying to get back into my routine after the Christmas period. I'm off this week, so luckily I can get all the stuff that I needed to do. So I am doing another video at the same time, which should have gone up last week. Just bear with me. I'm sorry it's late. It should have gone up, but it will be up before New Year's. Hopefully, and this video will probably go up probably in the new year. So this can be my first New Year video, starting off with the Thriller Bark saga. So yeah, I have volume 48, and we're going to go ahead and just jump straight into it because I'm excited. We've got 2 volumes to finish tonight, so let's go. I'm just over halfway. I think I'm on chapter 466 in volume 48, and there's always a lot going on. Everybody's got their individual fights. Luffy has gone to Gecko Moria and demanding his shadow back, and Gecko Moria seems to be this kind of person. He says that he doesn't want anything. He doesn't want to do anything for himself. He wants other people to do things for him. So I wonder if that's going to be his like weakness, that Luffy defeats him. But I want to talk about Usopp being the only person able to fight Perona. I find that really good. Like, obviously he still struggles, but the fact that he's so negative in himself, like he is Perona's one true enemy, in the sense that Luffy was NL's one true enemy. And the fact that, like, after Usopp had, you know, not a great time in the previous arcs, I'm kind of glad that he's showing what he can for the crew. Also, like, a bit of backstory with Sanji, knowing that he wanted to eat the invisible fruit. Yeah, it kind of makes sense as to why. And then Nami being kidnapped to be married to a guy called Absalom, and Sanji's defeating him. But then we've also got, like, obviously Zoro is fighting the zombie samurai guy, and Brook is back. Obviously I knew he was fighting, but he's back, and he's saying get my shadow back, so that's interesting. So there's a lot of things, but yeah, at the moment we're just focusing on like Perona and Usopp, and I'm glad that Usopp is actually, do you know what, I feel like he's becoming braver, and like he's using Sogeking as his alter ego, and I'm liking that slight character development there, so I am enjoying it. So I am gonna go ahead and finish this volume off, and then I'll let you know my thoughts, and then we're gonna carry on with. Okay, that is volume 48 finished. And to top my thoughts off, Usopp won his fight. I really like that he actually won, even though if it was a dirty tricks. And then we've got, obviously I didn't mention that Chopper was fighting Dr. Hogwarth. And like just about the principles. And then the giant that's got Luffy's shadow is wrecking the place, and everybody's won their battles. Zoro has won his battle against the samurai, and he's got another sword, and actually their strength is on par, which is nice to see someone's got the same strength. But none of the crew are standing a chance against, or his name is Oars. So Robin has said something like she recognizes him from, like, he was the continent mover or continent crusher. So I'm just wondering how he's going to be defeated, because Luffy is all running around trying to get Gecko Moria. So I guess it's going to be up to them to hold him back, because he's destroying the air even though he's under control. But we've got one more volume to get through tonight, so why don't we go ahead and jump on. Have known that another warlord would show up, and he's actually the only one who is kind of like an obedient dog to the world government as he comes to War Moria, because Blackbeard is now officially a warlord of the sea. Great. That's great. It's just great. And everybody is trying to fight Oars because Moria has gone inside him to control him, and no one's winning. But Nami has joined the fight. Also, when did Nami get time to get changed out of the wedding dress? But Nami actually did wake up, obviously, and got a bit of help from her friend. And the guy was just tired out, so she thinks she just hit him in a special spot. So, you know, that's what she's got going. But meanwhile, Luffy has been running around, and some pirates without their shadows have offered to help Luffy. So I have been wondering where he's been for quite some time, because it just felt like the rest of his crew were just fighting. Because Oars can now use like rubber shadows, which is almost on par with Luffy. So they're having a tough time, which means not that I think he ever would, but can you imagine if Luffy like ever turned on everybody? Obviously that wouldn't happen. They'd be pretty screwed. I think Luffy as a villain would be an interesting villain. I'm gonna go and finish this, and then tomorrow I think I will read the last few chapters of the arc in volume 50. We're on volume 50 finally, and that is volume 49 finished. It's almost 12:30. I need to go bed. So Luffy basically got infused with a load of shadows to try and bring Oz down. And with all of the Straw Hats working together, they do. But then he gets back up, and obviously we've got Brooke helping finally because he's indebted to the Straw Hats for getting his shadow back. So he's the only person that has a shadow back, really. And yeah, it doesn't look good. Gecko Murray has like infused himself with 1,000 shadows because the only way for them to get their shadows back is he gives them back that. So whether he's going to agree to that's good, not great, but we'll see what happens in volume 50 tomorrow, later on today I guess. So I will see you for the final few chapters of the Thriller Bark arc. It's a couple of days since I last saw you and it's time to finish this arc, guys. It is the 30th of December and it is time to put the Thriller Bark saga to rest. I have most of volume 50 to get through, so I am gonna just sit down and just start reading. Then we're into the next arc. We're on volume 50. It has been about 3 years, I think, and I'm finally in volume 50. So I'm going into my 4th year of reading One Piece. That's crazy. That's crazy, but I will get there. I will catch up. I'm halfway there. I believe there's like 110 volumes. I'm just over, almost halfway there. So, that is done. It is done. The arc is done. Obviously, Luffy uses the power of Gear 2 to defeat Moria and the shadows are coming back, even though Nami and like Zoro and Sanji were disintegrating in the sun, but he managed to win. And then Kuma comes in and he's he can't help but be controlled by the government. I was like, that's an interesting take. Like, the Straw Hats do not have a chance against him. And sadly, like, he just says, like, if the government just want Luffy's head and we'll let the rest of you go, but Zoro sacrifices himself to show his pain, so he's like suffers through his entire pain. I'm just like, right, okay. And then we get Brooke's backstory. Like, what the hell? That's actually really sad. I almost cried reading it. Like, out of all the backstories, oh my god, like all your crew dying around you, and then, you know, you spend 50 years alone. Like, that is just really sad. And now he's joined Luffy's crew. Oh yeah, and Ace being captured and his life is about to be cut off in the arc. Chapter just ends with like his life is about to be somehow. What am I supposed to do with that? So in terms of how I've thought about this arc, it hasn't been one of my favourites like I thought it might have been, but do you know what? I've enjoyed it for what it was. It was different and we got another crew member. So it's time for, I think, is it the Sabody Archipelago arc next time? We're moving on, guys, and hopefully I can finish volume 50, but yeah, thank you for coming along. I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment down any thoughts you have about this arc and what I've got to look forward to. No spoilers, obviously. And I will see you next time.